Hey, TikTok, it's Michelle Obama, and I'm here with my big brother, Craig.
Hey, everybody.
We're here because we're excited to announce the launch of our new podcast called IMO with Michelle Obama and Craig Robinson.
And we just posted the trailer if you want to check it out.
Check it out. Thanks, you guys. See you soon.
Being vulnerable and asking hard questions, or they don't have.
Well, she needs to get Barack Obama's brother. There's no star power here. She sucks.
Oh, Barack Obama has the brother that he doesn't talk to, right?
They are lone wolves, or maybe they have contentious relationships where they're estranged from the people they could rely on. So a lot of people out there are looking for guidance. A lot of people have questions they want to know.
Your podcast is like every other podcast, asking a bunch of stupid questions and not giving me any answers.
Oh, he's got like 5
especially
brothers.
when they see somebody of note with a platform who, you know, by every measure.
You gonna let your brother say a word?
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
What have you done, Derek? Nothing!
What's up, squad? Back with another video. Y'all seeing this? I was going down. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. Y'all see it right here. So it says, I'm guessing this is a new podcast that Michelle Obama is coming out with. It says here, you know, the post she made on X. My brother, Craig, and I are launching a podcast. IMO podcast with Michelle Obama and Craig Robinson, along with experts and special guests. We'll be discussing some of your questions, which I find is, you know, I find it definitely amazing. I can't wait. I think I have a lot of stuff that I want to ask, so hopefully they'll be answered, which I'm sure they probably won't. You know that, and honestly, I can't say that I am surprised about this whole thing. I mainly think, and I know for sure, it's because of this whole, you know, because they've said it before. The View has said it plenty of times. When it comes to, you know, the Republicans, they say the Republicans, they have, you know, they have podcasts and they're on social media, and we're losing, and because of the whole social media thing, and we're not doing good on social media. I think it's more so because of that. I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. It's about this whole social media thing. So that's here, Michelle, big. I gotta watch what I say, y'all. Y'all see, I had to stop myself. Obama has unveiled plans for the new podcast alongside brother Craig Robinson. Claim the world is in a complicated and confusing state. The show will feature elite celebrity guests offering their take on relationship and divorce advice. Podcast will produced by Higher Ground, a media company funded by the Obamas. So my thing is, when it comes down to it with this whole thing, I find it real, like, I want to say hard to believe, you know, when it comes down to we're in a confusing state, you know, this country, this, that, and the other. When the whole Kamala, and everybody's seen, obviously, people that even voted for Kamala, how her campaign was, from people getting paid to even be at a rally, from, I'm honestly getting tired of this dancing, from people getting paid, from, you know, obviously, being at these rallies, being at these, you know, speeches, the fakeness given by Kamala, them trying to push, you know, Kamala to be president. It's more so, like I always say, it's that control thing. Now all of a sudden, all this country needs help. We're all confused, and we're in a bad, like, come on with that. But everything, if y'all notice everything that they do, if you notice everything that when it comes to Democrats, every little thing they copy. And they try to make the situation, they you know, big hypocrites, real big hypocrites. You know, when it came, I remember Trump, he had one on a podcast. I think it was Aiden Ross' podcast. And when I say he has so much hate, oh, he's going on this podcast, and he's going to different podcasts, this, that, and other. Who started doing who started going on podcasts? Kamala Harris started going on all types of podcasts, trying to, you know, follow, just like, you know, her taking policies, you know, the same policies that they were against. They didn't want, and Kamala did, you know, copy straight from Trump. Every little thing that they doing, you know, they talked about this, not only, you know, hearing it from other, you know, Democrats, hearing it from The View, like I said at the beginning, you know, hearing them say stuff about all this whole social media thing, you know, they're all on social media and they think that social media, what are they doing right now? Now all of a sudden everybody want to get on social media. And I feel like this is really part of the problem. Not even gonna lie, I had seen this video. This Elon Musk dad.
I've never been impressed with Obama's approach. You know, we realized we'd learned Obama's a queer married to a man who dresses as a woman. We'd all learned that. It's not common knowledge, you know, that
Michelle Obama's a man.
Of course. You don't know that?
I didn't know that, no.
I'm a podcast because it ties into what I said earlier. 𝐸𝐔𝐄, good friends with 𝐷𝐿. 𝐸𝐔𝐄 is the first guest on the Michelle Obama podcast. And like I said, this is set up too. It should be called Big Mike and Bro, or her sassy ass brother. But watch this conversation, interaction that they're going to have and how scripted this is. They're trying to be like this thing, like, you know, how they're trying to, it's scripted. They're trying to speak to like their focus grouped talking points about the issues with men and what's going. They're trying to be relatable, and you're going to hear her brother talk about, like, you know, how it is with guys. And then when you hear this guy talk, you're like, yo, what guy friends do you have? You're obviously a closet homosexual. It's so ridiculous. And then Michelle Obama takes that conversation to go like, yeah, that's the problem with men. Almost echoing the misandry from the 𝐷𝐿 thing. And bear in mind, 𝐸𝐔𝐄 both their friends. Like I said, they think we're dumb, like we can't see like this setup. It's so terrible.
More transactional, right?
What do you mean by that?
Well, what I mean is, after sort of grammar school and high school, where you're sort of friends with people because you're developing your group and your personality and your character, most of the time after that, you make friends out of the necessity of wanting to get something done, whether it's a business idea, a business venture, a sporting event. You've got 4 tickets to a game and your significant other doesn't want to go. So all right, I'm going to take 3 friends.
You just make a friend? It's like, okay, let's be friends.
But
come to the game
guys
with me.
do that. Guys,
that's why y'all are broken.
We are not broken, but
you see that? You caught that?
we don't go as deep.
Yeah.
So if something,
you stupid. Did you say he got something broke off in his ass? You a fool for that.
It happens. We're not as hurt.
Is that what meant y'all scared? Is that what goes on?
Nobody said it was scared. It's just
I don't want my feelings hurt, so I can't know you.
It's just a function of how we socialize with each other.
Obama's been. She snubbed both Jimmy.
All right, hold on. Before Jesse Waters fucking trashes him, which is hilarious. Yo, y'all saw that interaction, right? This is like focus grouped, like conversational talking points with Big Mike and her bro, and then a bash of misandria. This is fucking horrible, but it dovetails directly with this, because all this shit happened in the same time frame. Saul, what you got?
Bro, this looks like a nigga I would never smoke cigars with, and it looks like the only cigars he's smoking are cigars that how they pass
have a scrotum attached to them.
Yeah. I don't think anybody in here will sit up and hey bro,
kick it with this nigga. Kick it with this dude.
Yeah. Ain't no Shannon Sharp. You understand my point? Like, yeah. Ain't no, you know, hey, let's chit chat on some real shit. You know what I mean? And this is what I'm talking about again. This is, you know, like that sort of moderated black masculinity. You know, you got a soft ass Carl Winslow looking ass nigga.
Bro, you hit it right on the nose. Moderated, curated masculinity. Go, you got it.
And then if you notice, it's not even really a garage. You know what I mean? It's almost like anytime we got to say something, it has to be in tandem. So it's almost like space invading too. That's the message that's being communicated. Like, oh, instead of, you know, talking to, you know, your uncle or whatever the case may be, you sit over here at the auntie's table and shit like that. That's what it looks like to me.
Spot on. Tito, you with a piece of that?
Man, look,
First of all, besides the blade, Michelle Obama is stale as fuck. She ain't had no business trying to come over here on YouTube. No business at all. I always found her to be stultified, boring, hackneyed, and uniquely fucking disingenuous. You know what Michelle
like your
Obama
choice
is?
of words there. Well played, sir.
You know what Michelle Obama is? Michelle Obama, remember them dowels that they used to sell to have the string that you pull the string and it just say some shit?
Mm-hmm.
She is like those type of dowels, but for Democratic talking points. That's what the fuck she is. It's like the string is right over the zipper of her dress in the back, and you just pull that motherfucker and she say something. That's what she is. Even in that short clip from her abortion of a fucking YouTube channel, you can see how stiff and untalented she never should have came over here to unscripted media. And you know what though? I'm glad though, because now this is a harbinger of the end of Hollywood boule. That's what the fuck this is. This is a harbinger of the end of that shit. This is going to end all of them. We're coming over here. I'm glad that they coming over here. I'm glad that they coming into this motherfucking crocodile infested ass motherfucking river that they stepping off into.
Facts. Yeah, you're echoing my sentiments. I'm trying to tell you, it's the hubris. They have no idea. There's no protection down here. There's no damage control they can do. They can't call down to MSNBC and tell them to squash the story. They can't. Nah, we're going to eat them. I think it's wonderful they coming down here. And we're going to just skin them alive.
Hey,
with the clips and the jokes and the memes, it's over.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, she's currently being eviscerated in the comments. Like I said, I suspect within a month or so, the bots and they're gonna hire some sort of troll farm to just manage all her comments and make wash it and make everything look good. And she's being destroyed on all social media platforms. Jesse Waters, funny comedian that he is, witty. I just want to play a piece of this because it's funny. And then his take is basic. I'm starting to see this. Our in this space, the black male space in particular, like a lot of the good quality content creators, our take on things is pretty much almost lining up blow for blow with mainstream media now. And I don't mean like the MSNBCs, like the DNC, but like the pundits and the guys that call it pretty much right down the middle. We're like neck and neck now. Like we've really, our lexicon and talking points and the way we kind of see things politically and socially, we're lining up with let's put it this way, the proper part of mainstream media is actually lining up with us as a convergence. But let's go.
Carter's funeral and Trump's inauguration. And last week, Barack went to a basketball game all by himself. Turns out Michelle's been busy working on a new podcast, and so far, it's been a flop. The first 2 episodes have been up all day and only gotten a few thousand views on YouTube. Half of them were probably primetime producers. But still, Michelle's spilling the family secrets, like how Barry gets on her nerves. Listen.
Barack, he had to adjust to what on time was for me.
Because he was on that island time.
Well, but, I've got this husband who's like, when it's time to leave, it's 3:00, he's getting up and going to the bathroom. And I was like, dude, like 3 o'clock departure means you've done all that, It's like, don't start looking for your glasses, at the 3 o'clock departure. But he's improved over 30 years of marriage. But that was you must adjust.
Michelle says her husband doesn't really like people, doesn't know how to talk to him, and doesn't even really care.
when a girlfriend comes to visit, it's usually like, you got to stay for 2 days because it's going to take us
so much time to come
to check up. Now, Barack has come in, he's come out, and he's like, y'all still talking? He'll sit down for 5 minutes, be like, how are the boys? And the flip side of my husband, right? Because he golfs, and golfing takes as long as the first session of our, it takes 5 hours to golf. He'll golf with his buddies, come
Her whole identity is talking bad about Barack. That's crazy.
back and be like, how's X? He's good. It's like, what'd y'all talk about? Nothing.
Hate to break it to Michelle, but guys don't get deep on the course. Normally, when someone rags on their spouse, there's usually a little love. Like, Jimmy, he never listens, but he looks cute in his suit. But that wasn't cute. Did she drop this podcast to distance herself from Barack so she could run for president? Every politician starts a podcast right before they launch their next campaign. Looking at you, Gavin. And it turns out Michelle wasn't the only one who had problems with Barack when he was in office. Michelle says the kids were embarrassed too.
Every year we'd have the turkey pardoning.
We're going to stop it right there because it's more of the same. But I think it's, you see how Jesse's covering it, like, that's the other thing. What I started to notice on some of these primetime shows, they're actually even starting to do their shows with jump cuts and doing, like, how the reactors down in this space, like, pause the video and react to stuff. They're actually doing their coverage like that now instead of, like, doing the full segment. You see how Jesse was just jump cutting and then doing a response? But he's calling it the way I've heard a lot of content creators down here call it. Like, basically, like, yo, you just make Big Mike just making a Barack a punching bag, and it's like, yo, you're the first lady. Like, should you really be talking about a former president like that? What say you, Saul?
No dignity, no class, no decorum, no any of that stuff. There's that quote unquote black magic. Not black woman magic, black magic. Where they believe that somehow or another they're the exception or whatnot. I feel that this is gonna come back to bite her in her ass. So let her go on ahead and continue making clips, unedited, unfiltered, or whatever the case may be, so we can go on ahead and use them against them. They've come to the wrong place. And I would also like to add, to stir the pot a little bit, I think that we should go on ahead and levy some sort of pull-up onslaught to where there's open challenges and do acts and stuff like that, so that we can actually try to bait them into a debate of some kind, so they can be publicly slaughtered.
Oh yeah, it's funny you said that because a couple people have floated it, and then even on mainstream media, because these are pre-records, and the statement has been like, man, she better not never go live. Exactly. She better not never go live, because between the chat and everything else, it's going to be brutal. Tito, you want to piggyback on this before we jump to the Xavier segment?
They never, ever, ever pass up a chance to embarrass a so-called black. He used to tell her, but they never pass up on a chance to embarrass the man that they with. They never pass up on a chance to embarrass themselves. They never pass up a chance to gossip. And first and foremost, they never pass up a chance to show how indiscreet they are, which is why in the future it's gonna be seen as an embarrassment to even be dealing with them.
Whole fact though. All right, bet. That was a good 2 rounds, gentlemen. And the chat got it popping. Y'all niggas is wilding out here. What did he say? Hold on. One of these was funny. Hold on. Brother Zeke said, Boule Boondoggles podcast with Big Mike. And Music Man said they should change the name to Bashing Barack. That's funny.
Democrats used to say, when they go low, we go high. But those days are long gone, especially for Michelle Obama. After missing Jimmy Carter's funeral for a Hawaiian holiday vacation, Michelle is now skipping Trump's inauguration next week. She claims she had a scheduling conflict for Carter's funeral, but the inauguration's been on the books for years. She just doesn't want to go. Michelle's hanging Barack out to dry for the second high-profile political event within just a few weeks. Why are Barack and Michelle on such different pages? Barack can't convince his wife she has to do her duty and attend the inauguration. But she's an independent woman and she can do what she wants.
When you think about you in your early 30s, what, and you're dealing with the new reality of, because that's the thing is we all are breaking the realities that we thought would be. Yeah. At 18, I'm grown. Okay, not really. In my 20s, it's fun. Actually, this was terrible. At 30, realizations that I have to contend with. How was it for you guys when you were approaching that and had to come to those realizations? How did you deal?
For me,
go ahead, you go.
What I've learned now that I'm 60, right? Because there's
I know that's right.
There's wisdom. You look back on your life, you only know what you know. And of course you thought you were grown at 20. Of course you thought you knew what you were doing at 30. Of course, that's all you knew. I used to joke with the girls. It's like when they have some epiphany about life that I was telling them, it's like, I told you that when you were 10. I've been telling you that, girl. And I'm getting a lot in their 20s. Well, Mom, you were right. Yes. I didn't even think about that. I was like, just imagine you're 20. You just now putting together sentences, At 20, you got 5 years of that. So you couldn't even talk straight, right? You didn't, you were learning how to go to the bathroom on the toilet. It's life is true. Like you're young. You so just true. Haven't even been here long enough. And now that I'm, wisdom comes with age. Yeah. So with wisdom and hindsight, I realized that is life. Life is becoming.
More people inventing useful things, like Mr. Bobby Ashimura, who wins our Max Headroom Product of the Month award for coming up with a little attachment you plug into your TV and it warns you that the commercial break is coming by automatically switching off your set for 5 seconds. And here to demonstrate it for us is Mr. Ashimura himself.